Hey, what's up everybody? Brian here with the Holy Roller playing craps on a cruise to earn a free cruise. Let's roll some dice. Here we go.
Welcome to the Holy Roller, where it's all about playing craps, earning free cruises, and a whole lot more. Thanks for watching. Now let's get rolling.
All right, we've been doing a lot of videos about $300, and a lot of them have been, we always suggest that you break up your bankroll by 10 or have enough for 10 shooters. So $300 would be an average of $30 per shooter. In the couple videos that we've been doing, we got a couple numbers. We played $30 per shooter. On one of them, we just played $30 like on one number, and to see if it would hit. And if it hit, then we would play the winning money around. But this time what we're going to do is we're going to play a pretty aggressive way. We're going to do, in fact, I'm going to change this out. I don't need these ones. I don't need this. This is 100 right here. Let's just get an extra 100 in green, or what would be called the $25 chips, okay? So there we're going to have 300 like that. Let's get actually, there we go, 300. So now that we have $300, what we're going to do is we're going to actually break this up into 3 different shots, or 3 different rolls. So let's do this. Let's do this. Let's say this, if we did $10 right here, we would do $10 across, and this would be 12, so that would be $64. If we did it at the $15 level, that would be $96. So that's what we're going to do. We're actually going to do $96. Let me get some more green for this. And there's our three shots at it. Instead of 10 shots, we're going to do 3 shots, okay? But this is how we're going to do it. We're going to do 96 across, okay? So we give them that, and they're going to do the $15 level. So 15, 15, 18, 18, 15, and 15. And so they'll put the $3 on top here to make it 18. And then what we're going to do is we're going to have $4 change, okay? So $4 change, we're spending a whole $100. Now we're not rolling the dice right now. And I'll show you, we'll be the next shooter, and I'll show you how to do the same amount of money on a $10 table. Have you got your dice tracker yet? Make sure to get one of these. Go to holyroller.com or check the link in the description. This is able to track not only your bankroll, but your points towards a free cruise, among other things. So make sure to grab one of these. Now let's get back to it. So we do have $4 left. So what we're going to do with our $4, we're actually going to just play it just like that on the hard ways. Now, whenever I play the hard ways, I always like to have the hard ways working. It's only $4, but the different tables are different. Some of them will say that they're working unless called off, but most of them it's off unless called working. In other words, the hard ways follow the puck, because all these bets are off because that says off. But you can always override it by saying, I want my hard ways working. You can work these bets, but I don't recommend that, at least on this system and the way we're doing it, okay? So we have 96 across plus the hard ways. So that's $100 in. Again, we're assuming we're not shooting the dice. And here we go. Let's see what happens. So somebody else is rolling the dice. And so let's see what they do. A hard way on the come out would be great. Let's see what happens. So there is an 8. So the point is 8. It's an easy 8, and we were working. So we're going to let that fall, and we're not going to put in more than $100 for this shooter. And so here we go. So this one came down. We're just going to leave it. Here we go. Let's see what happens. Can we get an 8? And there's a 6. Okay, it's an easy 6. So this falls right here. Now that's going to pay $21. Okay. So it's going to pay 21. Let's go back up on the hard 8 with this $1 bill, or the $1 chip, or check. And what we're going to do with this one is we're actually going to collect. Okay, so we're going to collect the first one. That's all. Usually I say don't collect the first one, but on this strategy, we're going to collect the first one. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. And there we go. All right, 7 out. Wow. Wow. So we got $20 there. So we lost $80. I mean, you could do the quick math, right? So they'll take all this. This will be all down, and we will have another $100. We did have the 20 right here, but we'll say same action. So usually they'll take all this down. we'll throw this, we'll say same action. Hopefully after a couple times they'll get it and they'll know what your bets are, hopefully. And so there is the next 100. Okay, I said we had three shots at this, and that was the shortest roll ever, 0.7 out. Oh my goodness. Okay, so now when it comes to us being the shooter, we could use some of our profit, you know, our $10 right here, or instead of doing 15 on the 4 and 10, we could do 10 each on the 4 and 10, and then we can still be the shooter, okay? Now, the thing about this loses on 2, 3, 12, and if you really want to only use $100, right, because we would use more if we took from our profit, but if you only want to use $100, if you roll a 2, 3, or 12 right here, you would lose that, and you'd have to do more than $100. So what I would suggest is take $2 from the 6 and 8, just play the hard 4 and 10, and then play this on any craps, okay, which would be the C on the board. Any craps, the $2 would pay 14, okay. So if you lose, if a 2, 3, 12, you would win 14. So right here, you would actually get, that would stay, so you'd earn $4. But I would definitely do a crap check. That's what it's called. So you throw $2 into the stick person and say crap check for $2, or C. Now, you might hear a lot of times people say C and E. C and E is craps, which is 2, 3, 12, and then the 11. E is 11. But you have a bet on the 11 here. So it doesn't make sense to do a C and E because you already have an E. 7, 11 win, 2, 3, 12 lose. So you'd want $2. Or for every 5, you would want $1, okay? So, and if you had $25 here, then you would want to put a quarter, a quarter here, you'd put a nickel here, or $5 here. But we're not doing that much on the pass line, that's for sure. I always recommend to only play minimum on the pass line. Whatever the table minimum is, only play minimum. So we got the $2 crap check. Here's our $100 and how we're going to use it. So being that we're going to use our $100 like that, we are the shooter this time. Let's see if we can get a come out 4 or 10. That would be great. Or anything really would be awesome. There's the 11. All right, so the 11 hit. So being that the 11 hit, we lose our $2 here and we win, okay? We win $10, okay? Now, they'll just usually put it right here next to us, next to it, 10. I'm going to pay it out like that just so that we can put, because you want to say, right when that happens, you want to say back up on the crap check. And then what they'll do is they'll keep this one up and they'll give you $8. Okay, so we did win $8. Now, remember, that's our first hit collection. We're collecting that right there. And so let's roll and see what happens again. Here we go. And it is a 10. 10, easy 10. And so here we are with this one falling down, and we are going to be on the 10. Now, usually it doesn't make sense to have the point and the pass line. And they'll usually say, do you want to move it? And usually you would leave it on a Royal Caribbean ship, because if we had $15 here, you can't put more than single odds on a Royal Caribbean ship. So this pays 18, this pays 10. We could get $2 more if we put it just like that. So we'll go ahead and play pass line with odds. However, if you're going for points for a free cruise, then I would leave it here instead of putting it here, because yeah, it's $2. However, 18 and 10, you're going to win 28 instead of 30. However, all this is counted towards your free cruise. And odds are never counted towards your free cruise. So if you want money, then go with the odds. If you want points, just leave it there and say leave it. And it makes it easier for the dealers if you just leave it. All right, let's see what happens. Our crap check falls, so we don't have that bet anymore. Now we want any one of these to roll. Let's see what happens. All right, here we go. There's a 9. So a 9 hit, and that is $21. So that pays 21. Now remember when I said we took our first hit, it was only 8, but we took it. Let's go ahead and bump up our 4 and 10, and let's get a hard 10, and let's take $10 and put it in our rack. So we want to rack something with every roll, and so we'll kind of just do a little by little as long as we can, okay? So there's a 6, and that's another $21. So that pays 21. let's go ahead and get the hard 8, and let's go ahead and rack this one. Now you might say, Brian, that was only $1 and you racked 20. Well, we are down, so we want to rack a little bit more than usual. Okay, let's see what happens. All right, there's another 6, and so that's another $21. So now we have an extra $1 here. Let's go ahead and get the hard 6. So if you see, I'm trying to get these to 15 and these to $1 each to have 100 here. We have our 10 here still. Let's go ahead and rack this one again. In other words, we're going to rack another $20. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. And it's a 5. All right, we got a 5. And this time we did rack a couple. We're going to get $21 for that, okay? And it is a 5. Because it's a 10, let's go heavy on the hard 10, high on the hard 10. And then with this, let's go ahead and go up on the 5 and the 9 and take 10 back to our rack. So now these are $20. They pay 28. Let's see what happens here. So we're kind of doing a always be collecting ABCs. Always be collecting the ABCs, right? There's an 8, and it is an easy 8, and it pays $21. And what we're going to do is we're just going to put that 1 right back, and we're going to take this $20, and we put that there. Let's go ahead and collect this one. All right, there, we're going to collect that one. So if you could see, we have our 100 back. Overall, we have 100, and there's 100, but we have our 100 out here. So we'd love to see another 100 here, and we have $8 right here. So everything's back. Let's see if we can get that 10. All right, here we go. And it's a 9, and remember we did press that 9, and so that's going to pay $28 because it's $20. So we're going to go ahead and let's take this quarter and put it in our rack. Let's press all the rest of the hard ways. So each one of them look like $2. All right, here we go. And it is 7 out, man. Good thing we put this quarter in our rack, right? All right, so this all falls down. All right, so this will all disappear. And what I'm doing is I'm just taking it back to, because we were the roller, we were the shooter. We didn't hit our point and we lost all this money. But I did that easy so that I could just throw this in and say same action. So same action would be $100. That's how we would do it. And it's for another shooter, okay? So this is our third shooter, okay? And because it's our third shooter, remember, we were trying for 3 shots, but look, we still have an extra shot and this shot. This would normally be our last shot, but we could still play if we want to, all right? So we're assuming another shooter's rolling the dice here, and we are working on the hard ways. Let's see what they do here, and they did a 7 out. Okay, no, 7, not 7 out, sorry. There's what's called frontline winner, or 7 is a 7-11 when the puck is off. It's actually called natural. All right, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take this 4 because we lost it because they were working. All these bets were off because the puck was off. Now, we do have a little bit of profit that we could throw it up, but remember, we're only doing $100 per shooter, so we don't have any hard ways. Let's see what happens. Here we go. And it is a 5. I'm glad it wasn't a hard way because that would feel so bad because we didn't put it back. All right, so here's the 5, and the point is 5. We're going to just stay there, okay, because that pays, this 15 on here pays 21. 15 on the pass line pays 15. So we definitely would want to be on the point rather than the pass line. All right, here we go. We had an 8. That spun. That was an 8. So a 6. And it's an easy 8, so we would have lost that if it was right there. But that pays 21, right? 21. And let's go ahead and let's get a hard 10. Because the 10 and 4, there's 3 ways to make a 4. There's 3 ways to make a 10. And 1 out of 3 is the hard way. So if ever I only had money for any hard ways, I would do the 4 and the 10. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. And it is a 6. A 6. Guess what? That pays $21. Let's go ahead and get that 4, and let's rack this $20. You might say, Brian, what about press, collect, press, collect? Always be collecting. What about regressing? We haven't even talked about regressing yet. What is regress? We'll talk about that in a minute. Now, look, we would have lost that again if we would have put that up. It's an easy 8, and it's another $21. All right, so now let's do it. Let's make the 8. We're gonna take $6 and it's gonna go to 24, and then we're gonna take 15 and put it in our rack, all right? Putting 15 in our rack. All right, here we go. Always be collecting, okay? Here we go, another 8. Perfect, because we just pressed that 8 to $24. That means it pays $28. All right, now I think we're gonna put a quarter here, and then now with this $3, let's go ahead and get this, and we'll actually collect this as well. All right, so there we go. Now we have all of our hard ways. All right, here we go. And it's a 5. We hit our point this time. That's $21. So that's good, right? That's good. We hit our point. We get paid 21. Let's go ahead and add 6 to the 6 and make the 6 look just like the 8 at $24. And we're going to take $15 and put it in our rack. All right, now these are working. Even though the puck is off, these are off. All right, same shooter. Let's see what happens. How about a hard way? No, an 8. An 8. So the point becomes 8. And we lose this 8. Now remember when we racked that $1 just a second ago? I would just put it back. Just put it back like that. All right. Because we know we're kind of not up in our bankroll yet, but we're close, right? We need a couple more 6s and 8s, maybe a couple more rolls. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. And it is a 6. We got the 6, and that's $28, right? $28. So it is an easy 6. And we're going to put this 6 back. We're going to take the quarter and put it in our rack. And this right here, this $2, we're going to put that on the 8. We're going to make it look like a $3 8. And that's the lingo, make it look like 3. Okay, here we go. Let's see what happens. And it is a yo 11. So we don't have that one. Here we go. And it is way over here, a 6 again. 6 again. And that means it's another $28, and it's an easy 6. All right, let's press the 4 and 10 and get the 6 for $1, and let's put that quarter in our rack. And as you can see, 200, and it looks like $75 right there. All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. And it is a 5. It is a 5, and that is $21. $21. All right, so now we're going to take the 5 and the 9 up, and we're going to, let's press that 6 to $2, and let's take $10, put it in our rack. There we go. Let's see where we're at. There, oh, it's the 7 out. Wow, that was such a promising roll. All right, so all of this falls, right? And remember, I'm just taking it down to the 100. Usually, all of this would be totally gone. They would just sweep it all up. You would blink your eye and it would be gone. It would be a bunch of stacks of money, and they would be keeping it for the house over there, you know, for the casino. Okay, so that's $100, $15 level and $4. And so what we do is we throw in 100. And remember, that was our third one. So we could say, hey, where are we at after 3, right? And we are down a little bit. We have 100, 200, 85, 86, 87, 88. So we have $288. So we lost a little bit. But if we want to play more, we would just put in another. And so this is the way. It doesn't, you could be 3 and out, you know, because we got a little bit of a roll and we were collecting and pressing as we went. We were able to kind of be here for a while. And that's what the point of craps is, to play, have some fun, entertainment, and earn a free cruise. And so this would be a $100 average bet. If you did this for, you know, an hour, you'd have 100 points towards a free cruise. In 12 hours over the course of 7 days, a couple hours a night, you'd have a free cruise by the end of your cruise. So if you want to know more, subscribe, okay? And then watch this. This will explain everything there is to know about how to earn a free cruise, not just playing craps, but all the points and stuff like that. All right, until next time, I hope to see you cruising and rolling on a craps table soon. See ya.